Government has now extended by a month the dusk to dawn curfew imposed in Mt Elgon, that is in Bungoma County, in the wake of attacks on villagers by a killer gang. Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i said security officials had arrested 3 suspects. Chief among them are the gang's leader, Timothy Kiptanui Kitai, alias Chaparkach, and 2 others. Now, the suspects were charged in Bungoma court last week with several counts of murder. Now, the extension has elicited quite some reaction. But before we speak to our reporter Willie Lusige, let's take a look at a story that was done when that curfew was put in place.
Atakuwa hapa Bwana Matiang'i, atakuwa hapa mama ambaye anahusika na mambo ya ardhi, atakuwa hapa yule Mohamed Swazuri wa mambo ya ardhi. Ile matatizo kidogo nayo tuko nayo pale Chebiuk, tunataka kukamilisha.
It's a promise that would come to fruition Tuesday as government machinery would descend on the otherwise quiet and sleepy area of Chebiuk, Mt Elgon constituency, Bungoma County. The residents here have literally had sleepless nights after a terror gang embarked on a killing spree nearly 5 weeks ago, leaving in their wake at least 30 people, including livestock, dead.
Ninataka kuhakikishia hivi wananchi wenzangu, hao tutawashughulikia kikamilifu. Tutawashughulikia, na nimewaambia hata viongozi wale, kama kuna watu ambao wanajua hao wangwana, wawaambie kwamba wao ndio tumekuja kuonana nao hapa.
A tough-talking Fred Matiang'i, accompanied by Lands Cabinet Secretary Farida Karonei, her devolution counterpart Eugene Wamalwa, among other local leaders, now imposing a curfew in the area, hoping that will stop the senseless killings.
Tutaweka curfew katika hii sub-county kuanzia saa 12 jioni mpaka saa 12 asubuhi. Sisi na maofisa wa usalama ndio tutakuwa tukitembea hapa wakati huo. Tukipatana na wewe itakuwa vibaya sana.
Ile tunataka tuone amani hapa, watu waweze kulea watoto wao kwa amani, walime mashamba yao kwa amani, wafanye biashara yao kwa amani na maendeleo yao kwa amani. Sawa sawa?
But some of the residents here believe the curfew is just a knee-jerk reaction to a much deeper problem, that of land. The gang is said to target families set to benefit from a land allotment scheme meant to be concluded within the next 2 months before issuance of title deeds. The group of deadly killers, some believed to be well known among the locals, apparently following in the footsteps of the once deadly Sabaot Land Defense Forces, which was extinguished by the Kenya Defense Forces nearly a decade ago. That group had been against a similar government program for land resettlement that at the time they claimed was unfairly done.
Lazima tufanye ukaguzi zaidi ili tujue nani yako na shamba kihalali, wangapi wako na double allotment na wangapi hawana shamba kihalali. Hiyo kazi tutafanya for the next 2 months. Tukimaliza hiyo kazi sasa tutakuja kupeana title deeds.
Hao majangili kina Chaparkach, kina Ngeigo, akina Saitoti, akina Juma Jame na wengine, kwa sababu wanajulikana, siku zao zimekaribia.
The government hopes the curfew will help stop the killings. The residents pray that will be the case. But for an area well known for insecurity cases, especially when it comes to matters land, it appears a long-lasting solution far beyond a 90-day government-imposed curfew needs to be sought if at all peace is to prevail within the beautiful hills of Mt Elgon. Timothy Kiptanui, KTN News.
Just a recap there, the government has extended by a month the dusk to dawn curfew imposed in Mt Elgon, Bungoma County. Now, just to tell us more on what is happening on the ground at the moment, we're now joined by our reporter Willie Lusige. Willie, good morning. Now that the government has extended the curfew there in Mt Elgon, what are the people saying about this development?
Morning, Yusuf. Actually, many people of Mt Elgon or residents of Mt Elgon are not yet happy with the extent of the curfew. Yesterday, we saw residents of Kitai's market in Mt Elgon protesting what they are terming as police brutality that is being meted on them by the police officers who are working in Mt Elgon. But also, they are claiming that these security agencies are using the recently extended curfew by the Internal Security Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i to unleash terror to innocent residents. And yesterday, while carrying placards and chanting traditional circumcision songs, the angry residents escorted police officers who were in the field trying to continue with their duties. They surrounded them and also escorted them back to their police stations, terming that their activities have only been to harass locals rather than try to find out the real culprits of the G5 gang that has been terrorizing locals in Mt Elgon. And one of the human activists who was leading the protest yesterday, known as Peter Chem, really expressed his concern that the locals there are tired of police harassment in the region, even after the main masterminds of the G5 gang that was killing people in Mt Elgon have already surrendered. And their main concern was that the business community is suffering and also learners are facing the same wrath. Apart from that, their farm produce are also rotting in their farms. And many viewers will ask, why can they not transport their produce during the day? Because in Mt Elgon, the terrain is a little bit slopey, and also there is a lot of escarpment. So you can see that it's not possible for vehicles to transport produce from Mt Elgon to the nearest market center, which is I think it is around 30 kilometers from Mt Elgon. So what the locals do there is that they transport their farm produce during the night. They leave actually around 4 p.m. in the day, and then they arrive to the nearest market center, which I have already noted is called Chwele, as early as 4 a.m. in the morning. So when you have such a curfew, it's not possible for them to transport their produce, and it's not also possible for them to transport the same produce during the day, because it is the donkeys will get tired as because of the heat and the sun. So they have to transport their produce at night. And now they're crying that the police officers there, they are actually doing what we call, they are beating them rapidly, and also they are arresting a lot of locals. A large number of locals are being arrested without any mistake or without any wrongdoing. So what they are calling that the government should continue searching for illegal guns and also the G5 suspects, but without putting in place the curfew. And also they are calling for the government also to make sure that they take legal action against those police officers who have been found guilty of maybe unleashing terror to innocent locals. Some of them are being beaten. Others are even accusing the police officers, going to an extent of even raping the locals there. But those are just allegations that we have heard from the locals there up to now, Yusuf.
Well said, Lusige. And from your report there, it's very evident that the people, they have not received well the news that the government has extended the curfew. Now, let's talk about this general security situation of Mt Elgon. I understand the Sabot Land Defense Force some time back caused havoc in that area. And now there's a new gang that is led by this man called Kiptanui Kitai, alias Chaparkach. Is land still at the center of this? Hello, Elvis. Can you hear me? It seems we've lost our reporter, Willie Lusige there. Of course, he was giving us an update from Mt Elgon, where the government has extended by a month the dusk to dawn curfew imposed in that area that is located in Bungoma County. Now, the Ministry of Health is now accusing the Office of the Attorney General. Of course, that's the story that I carried earlier. Of course, they're targeting the COTU, as well as FKE, as well as the Kenya Medical Association, and they're targeting them, trying to remove them from the NHIF board. That's a story that we have covered extensively for you earlier in the program. It's exactly 33 minutes past the hour, and of course, you'll be watching news